am Miguel Goldones, and for my second laboratory exercise in data communications and networking 2, we will we are tasked to create this network topology shown in the image in the lab module in order to configure VLANs on all the devices and test VLAN membership. And as shown over here, I have already done that, and now I will continue by following the rest of the steps in the lab given module. So the first task is to perform basic configuration on all switches. So we will open first the switch of VTP client 1, and we will enter the configuration commands. So enable Alright, now that we have revised the host names of each switch in our network topology, it is now time for us to disable DNS lookup in all of these switches by typing in the no IP domain lookup. So we will do just that right now. Now that we have done that, it is now time for us to repeat what we have done in the first laboratory exercise, and that is to enable a secret password command for the privileged exec mode. now that we have done that, we are now going to repeat another thing that we have done in the first laboratory exercise, and that is to configure a message of the day banner with the banner MOTD command for each switch. The next few steps in the modules involve configuring the passwords for the access of each mod or the login access to each switch using by entering the code line console 0 and password Cisco for each switch, and doing also the same for the virtual terminal lines. So we will do just that. Alright, so now that we have configured all of our switches to not shut down and to um, encrypt or put a password into the privileged exec mode and the login configuration, let us now go to the actual uh, configuration of the VTP server switch and beyond. And to configure the VTP server, all we need to do is type in the code VTP mode server and verify it using the show VTP status command, which we will do just that. So here we go. And as we can see, the, the VTP server shows the exact information that is required from the one that is demonstrated in the lab module. So the VTP version is capable of 1 to 2. However, the current version that is running is 1. And although the other VTP modes are disabled, such as the pruning mode and the traps generation, our maximum VLAN supported locally is 255, and our operating mode is in server mode. And over here we can also see our device ID, which is 0002.16cb.a600. And with that, we will now have to configure the other switches as VTP clients. Even though obviously their hostname is client, we need to configure them and confirm their status as VTP clients by entering the code or the command VTP mode client. So we will now do just that. Okay, our VTP switch 1 has been successfully our VTP client switch 1 has been successfully configured to client. And now let's do that for the second VTP switch. Alright, so our second VTP client switch has been doing good as well, as it has also been set into client mode. Now for the final one. And there we have it. Our third client switch has also been confirmed as a client or VTP client, and has also shown the data needed in order to prove it or back it up. And with that, all we need to do, or the final task that is mentioned here in the laboratory module, is to configure the VTP domain name as test domain and to assign it its own password. So now we will do just that. Alright, now that we have done that, it is time to do the very last task in our laboratory module. Our last two tasks actually, which is to configure the VTP server and also the VLAN 10. So we have to do that first, the VLAN 10 part, by giving it the name students, while the VLAN 50 part will be given the name servers. So let us do just that. And now that that is done, all we need to do is check our VTP server and see the propagation of the two VLANs that we just entered. So to do that, all we need to do is type in the VTP or the showed VLAN brief on the VTP server. Hold on. And as we can see, all of our ports are active in VLAN 1. Our VLAN 10 has been named to students. Our VLAN 50 has been named to servers. And that concludes our second laboratory exercise in data communications and networking. Thank you for watching.